Hi everybody, welcome back to the Mindfulness Corner. For those of you who have not joined us before, my name is Haley and I will be your mindfulness guide. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for coming back to join me on our journey. Today I wanted to make a video that goes over kind of how to keep your mental health elevated while we are going through this pandemic. 2020 is definitely not turning out like I had planned. I'm kind of like a numbers person, so I thought that 2020 was going to be like a really cool year, like one of the years to like go down in the history books. And I mean, I guess it's going to do that, just not in the way that any of us thought. So these are just some healthy coping mechanisms for the crazy, wild time that we're all experiencing right now. It's been referred to as a collective trauma. So it's not easy to deal with. A lot of people have never felt any of the things that they're feeling right now because of isolation, because of quarantine, because of the fear of the virus. That's what we're going to focus on today. Just some of the things that I've been really leaning into to get through the difficult times that have come with COVID-19, the pandemic, and just this year as a whole. So stay tuned and we're going to go over a ton of different items that hopefully you can resonate with at least one. Gardening. Trying to garden. Scrapbooking. Home workout. Taking a bubble bath. Oh yeah. Relaxing. Board games. Organizing your boyfriend's clothes. Oh, look at that Marie Kondo method, baby. Yoga. Making a vision board. That way, every time you wake up, every time you pass it, you can see all of your dreams and aspirations. And it's a really colorful piece on your wall. Planning your next adventure. Making a quote wall. So you always have your motivation, your gratitude, your mindfulness, whatever you put on there. Put your mantras on there. Remember to say them to yourself every day. Creative writing. 642 things to write about. Let's flip. You are a 53-year-old woman living in Chicago. Write a letter to Santa. All right. Video games. Journaling. Cleaning. Pokemon Go. Watching your favorite movie.
A little less bend, a little more snap. Like this? Good snap.
Nature walks. Or taking a walk outside if you don't live near a trail. Essential oils. Reading. Looking at pictures and reminiscing over old adventures. Nostalgia feels good. Cooking or baking. Highly recommend this cookbook to anybody looking to learn how to cook or just wants to try a new adventure. Every single thing in this book is something that I would make, which is super hard to find with cookbooks if anybody's ever looked for them. So, Half Baked Harvest, super simple. Yes, this is not sponsored. I just love them. Spending some time on YouTube. Tons of content, endlessly entertaining. Could learn something. Amazing. Amazing platform. Watch the Mindfulness Corner. Painting by numbers. For those of you who can't paint, life hack. For those of you who like puzzles, pretty much the same thing. It's gonna be Yosemite. Get a workbook and learn and try something new. This is a mindfulness-based stress reduction workbook, as we mentioned earlier in this series, talking about Jon Kabat-Zinn and this program that he created for mindfulness. Get yourself some face masks, these kinds, not the other kinds, and have yourself a relaxing spa day. making a bucket list and hanging it up. So every day you get to see your dreams and your hopes. More likely to make it happen if you see it every day. Dream big, everybody. Make yourself a bucket list wall. Take the time to learn a new language. I'm learning Spanish on Duolingo. Which one of these is the proper way to say milk? El agua, la mujer, el pan, la leche, la leche. And a few other options that I just didn't have time to film or the ability to film are using Instacart or meal delivery service to really help with your self-care if you don't want to go out right now. That makes total sense. This is also a really great time to embrace learning. You can do podcasts, you can read books, you can go and do online learning through YouTube, Pinterest, or even more set up like Skillshare, Udemy, Coursera. There's a lot of free options too. I just took a mental health first aid class, and there's tons of different places to get certified for not too much money if you wanted to do CPR or first aid certification. Good ways to just expand and diversify your knowledge. Blogging, Pinterest crafts, DIY, photography, those are all really great ways to get in touch with your creativity, drawing, painting as you saw. Also, it's a really great time to find some productivity in maybe writing your resume or writing your cover letter. A really good way to just stay mentally healthy right now is connecting with your support group, calling your friends, calling your mom, calling your dad, calling your family, and FaceTiming them, house partying with them, watching Netflix together, doing things together virtually. It's really hard not being able to see people in person, but keeping those bonds strong and connected by keeping up with one another and what's going on in your lives and being there for one another during this time is really important. If you've ever considered going to therapy or seeing a therapist, you can still do that now. There's tons of different apps or texting options through like BetterHelp and stuff. Or if you wanted to, you can go and have telehealth visits with your like teletherapy with a therapist. People are accepting new patients that way. If you already do therapy and you thought that you couldn't continue it, ask your therapist if they do teletherapy. I didn't know that my therapist did teletherapy until she offered it when I moved away. I was like, oh, I don't want to stop seeing you. And she's like, let's just do FaceTime. And I was like, that's great. I would love to do that. So it's definitely an option if you feel like, you want that extra help. You kind of want someone to help you sort through all your thoughts and feelings that you're having right now. 100% recommend teletherapy. It's been amazing. Very helpful. I do it twice a month. Another way that you can still engage with your community is finding a way to virtually volunteer or to volunteer safely, whether that's participating in a meal train or Meals on Wheels. I use volunteermatch.com. I think it's really helpful, and you can put in where you are, what kind of opportunities you're looking for, and they'll filter it all out for you and give you the options. So that's a really useful resource right now too. Computer games are also a really great way to escape reality right now. My best friend loves playing Sims, so shout out Robin if you're watching this. For those of you who like to travel, like me, this is really hard. This is a very hard time. We don't really know what's going on with the travel industry. So there are still ways that we can kind of get that fix, and a lot of it's like, planning future trips like I mentioned earlier in the video, but you can do virtual trips in a way. So a lot of museums have signed up to do virtual museum tours. So if you want to go like international, you can go to like the Musée d'Orsay in France, or you can come, stay in America, go to the Getty, go to the MoMA. So that's a really cool feature that's kind of popped up as a result of COVID. And then another one is if you've ever heard of Airbnb experiences, it's literally just on the Airbnb app under experiences. They've made a virtual version of it. I know that withlocals.com also has some fun virtual experiences. So it's like people from all over the world, if you were to go there and do the experiences with them, they're kind of bringing it to you on the online platform. So I think that's just a really good way if you are used to traveling and kind of really waiting and anxious to travel. That's a good way to kind of feed your creativity, your planning, that wanderlust in you. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. I really hope that you can find one thing on my long list that works for you, or a couple things. I wish you all the best. I know this is a super hard time, but I'm sure that you guys are all being very mindful and trying to practice positivity and overcome any challenges and obstacles that come your way. Remember to prioritize self-care, and if you just don't feel like doing anything that day, that's okay. You gotta be gentle with yourself right now. These are unprecedented times. That's why it's called the novel coronavirus. So you can't expect normal from yourself in times that just aren't normal. So be gentle, be self-compassionate, do what you need to do to make sure that you're healthy up here, healthy in here, and keeping a smile on your face. Leave any comments if I left anything out, or if there's anything that you guys do that's bringing you joy during these times. And until next time, I'm working on a new video now, so good vibes, deep breaths, and make it a great day. See you next time. Bye.